If you're over 60, there's a very good chance your morning routine is quietly working against your body, especially your legs. Most seniors don't realize that the first thing they consume after waking up can dramatically influence their energy levels, balance, and long-term muscle strength. And the worst part? The culprit is usually something they've been told is healthy. Coffee with sugar, orange juice, store-bought smoothies, flavored waters with vitamins, even some so-called health teas. These are just a few examples of drinks that appear harmless but can throw your body into a hormonal spiral first thing in the morning. Let's break this down simply. After the age of 60, your body becomes much more sensitive to glucose spikes, cortisol levels, and insulin resistance. Your muscles are no longer in their prime anabolic state, meaning they don't rebuild and repair easily. They need support, they need stability, and they need a very specific hormonal environment to grow and recover. Now imagine waking up after a night of fasting. Your blood sugar is low, your body is in a fragile state, and the first thing you do is slam it with a drink that spikes insulin, floods your system with sugar or artificial sweeteners, and raises cortisol. That's exactly what happens with many common morning beverages. What does this lead to? Muscle breakdown instead of growth. Your body enters a catabolic state, the exact opposite of what it needs to rebuild. You feel tired, shaky, or wired and tired. Your legs feel unstable throughout the day. You might even feel inflamed or sore for no clear reason. This is especially dangerous for seniors because the muscles in your legs are your foundation for walking, balance, and injury prevention. Every time you weaken those muscles, even slightly, you increase your risk of falling, losing independence, or being unable to recover from minor injuries. So why does no one talk about this? Because the food and beverage industry has spent decades selling the idea that energy comes from sugar, caffeine, or convenience. But energy that comes from a spike is fake energy. It fades fast, damages tissue, and leaves you weaker over time. Real energy, the kind that supports strong muscles, comes from blood sugar stability, protein synthesis, and a low inflammation environment. And here's where it gets worse. Many seniors combine these bad drinks with another common mistake, skipping protein at breakfast. That's a double hit to your muscles. You've spiked your hormones in the wrong direction and given your body zero building blocks to recover. Day after day, this compounds. Muscle shrinks, legs weaken, balance suffers, and seniors feel old, when in reality, they're just underfueling their recovery. But here's the good news. This can be reversed, quickly. And it starts by eliminating one specific drink from your routine and replacing it with a muscle-supporting alternative that balances your hormones, fuels your recovery, and helps rebuild strength from the inside out. In the next block, I'll reveal the most common drink that's damaging seniors' legs and exactly what it's doing inside your body. Most people over 60 drink this daily without any idea of the consequences. You're about to learn why that has to stop now. You've probably had it hundreds of times, maybe even this morning. It's marketed as refreshing, energizing, packed with natural vitamins. You see it in every senior nutrition blog. It's in hospitals, retirement homes, health retreats. But what most people don't know, what almost no doctor explains, is how this single drink can quietly sabotage your strength after 60. That drink is orange juice. Yes, orange juice. Or any fruit juice that's been stripped of fiber and concentrated into a fast sugar hit. Apple juice, cranberry juice, even superfood juices like acai or pomegranate blends. They all do the same thing. They spike your blood sugar fast, with no protein, no fat, no fiber to slow absorption. So what actually happens in your body? When you drink juice on an empty stomach, especially after fasting all night, your blood sugar spikes within minutes. Your pancreas scrambles to release insulin. Cortisol, your stress hormone, rises. Your system gets flooded with inflammatory signals that break down tissue instead of rebuilding it. Your muscles? They take the hit. Instead of receiving the amino acids and steady fuel they need to recover and grow, they're bombarded with stress signals that activate a catabolic state. That means your body begins to break down muscle to compensate for the sugar surge, and the longer this continues, the harder it is to reverse. Now imagine doing this every morning. Day after day, you're turning off your body's ability to repair itself. Your legs get a little weaker, your balance gets a little worse, you feel tired earlier in the day, but you don't connect it to the juice. You just assume it's age, or genetics, or bad luck. But here's what the research shows. Muscle loss after 60, called sarcopenia, doesn't just happen from inactivity. It accelerates when seniors have poor blood sugar control and low protein intake. And fruit juice on an empty stomach? It's one of the worst offenders. It's liquid sugar that hits your bloodstream like soda. And before you say, but it's natural sugar, understand this. To your pancreas, sugar is sugar. Whether it comes from candy or concentrated fruit, if it hits fast, it causes the same hormonal chaos. The only difference is the marketing. This is why many seniors feel weaker despite eating healthy, because they're being misled by products that look good on the label, but wreak havoc on an aging metabolism. And here's where it gets even worse. If you pair juice with toast, or cereal, or a bagel, you're stacking sugar on sugar. Your insulin stays high, your cortisol stays elevated, and your muscles stay stuck in breakdown mode. You're training your body to stay inflamed, undernourished, and weak. And the consequences go beyond your legs. Balance issues, poor recovery after exercise, higher fall risk, slower healing from injuries. All of it connects back to how your body starts the day. Your morning routine either sets you up for strength or primes you for decline. Here's the climax. This is reversible. You can cut the damage. You can stop the breakdown. But first, you have to stop drinking what's weakening your legs from the inside out. In the next block, I'll show you the exact hormonal chain reaction that this morning drink triggers, and how it blocks your muscles from growing, no matter how much protein you eat or how hard you try to stay active. Once you see the mechanism, you'll never look at fruit juice the same way again. Let's get inside your body, because once you understand what happens after you drink that harmless morning juice, you'll finally see why your strength, balance, and energy have been slowly fading, even if you're eating well and staying active. Here's what happens step by step. The moment you drink a glass of orange juice, or any fast-carb liquid, your blood glucose spikes. This triggers a powerful insulin response. Insulin's job is to move sugar out of the blood and into cells. That sounds fine, right? But in seniors, especially after 60, the body becomes more insulin resistant. That means your cells don't respond properly to insulin's signal. The sugar lingers longer in your bloodstream. Your pancreas has to work harder. And while all this is happening, your body enters a brief but intense state of metabolic stress. Cortisol rises, growth hormone drops, muscle repair shuts down. Now layer this with one more issue. You haven't eaten any protein yet. That means your muscles don't have the raw material they need to rebuild. So instead of recovering from yesterday's wear and tear, your muscles actually break down more. The scientific term is negative protein balance. You're losing more muscle than you're gaining just from how your hormones are reacting to your breakfast. And this doesn't just happen once. For most seniors, it's daily. Repeated insulin spikes, repeated cortisol surges, repeated loss of anabolic signaling. Over weeks and months, this chips away at your muscle mass. And once you lose muscle in the legs, you lose more than strength. You lose stability. You lose shock absorption. You lose protection from falls. This is why seniors often say, "I didn't feel that weak until I suddenly couldn't get up the stairs." The decline is silent until it's not. But let's go deeper. Cortisol, your stress hormone, isn't just bad for your mood. It actively blocks protein synthesis. It tells your body to break down tissue for quick energy. It reduces testosterone and other growth signals. It inflames your joints. It weakens connective tissue. It can even interfere with sleep, which creates a vicious cycle of poor recovery and more hormonal chaos the next day. And high cortisol in the morning, caused by sugar-loaded drinks, is one of the worst ways to start your day after 60. Because seniors already have a harder time regulating cortisol due to aging adrenal function. So when you flood your system with fast carbs, you spike cortisol even higher. and your body stays in fight or flight mode instead of repair mode. This isn't theory, it's biology, and it's backed by dozens of peer-reviewed studies on aging, sarcopenia, and metabolic health. So if you've been wondering why you're not building muscle, even when you try, this is your answer. Your body isn't being given the chance to repair. You're sending it the wrong signals, at the wrong time, every single morning. And no, you can't cancel it out later in the day. Once your hormones are triggered in that direction, the damage is done. Muscle recovery has a window. Miss it, and you fall further behind. But here's the shift. Now that you know the mechanism, you can reverse it. You can rebuild strength faster than you think. But first, you need to change your first 15 minutes of the day. In the next block, I'll show you exactly what to drink instead. The precise combination of nutrients that signals your body to grow muscle, reduce inflammation, and restore balance. And no, it's not some expensive supplement or complicated recipe. It's simple, it's fast, and it works. Now that we've exposed what's weakening your legs, let's shift to what actually rebuilds them. Because if you're over 60, you can't afford to waste your mornings on drinks that trigger breakdown. You need a morning ritual that signals growth. That flips your hormones in the right direction. That gives your muscles the nutrients they need to repair what you lost overnight and build more for the day ahead. And that starts with one simple shift. Protein first. Not toast, not juice, not fruit. Protein first. Why? Because after 60, your body goes through something called anabolic resistance. That means it takes more protein and more targeted amino acids to stimulate muscle repair than it did when you were 30 or 40. And without it, your body defaults to maintenance mode or worse, catabolism, the breakdown of muscle for energy. So what should you drink? The ideal morning drink for seniors is one that does three things. Delivers fast-absorbing protein, specifically leucine-rich protein. Stabilizes blood sugar, no spikes, no crashes. Supports digestion and joint health, because if you're not absorbing it, you're not building with it. Enter the Morning Muscle Repair Shake. It's built around whey protein isolate. Not concentrate, not blends, but isolate. Why isolate? Because it's 90% pure protein with minimal carbs, no lactose, and high in leucine, the amino acid most directly responsible for triggering muscle growth. When consumed within the first 30 minutes of waking up, whey protein isolate sends a clear anabolic signal to your body. Repair starts now. No insulin spike, no sugar crash, just clean, fast-acting fuel for your muscles. Now, if you want to take it further, and I recommend you do, add the following to your shake. 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, supports joint health and lowers inflammation. 1-2 teaspoon of cinnamon, regulates blood sugar naturally. Unsweetened almond milk or water, no sugar, no additives. Optional, a handful of frozen berries. Yes, this is the only fruit that gets a pass because of fiber, polyphenols, and a low glycemic impact. Blend, drink, done. This combination doesn't just feed your muscles, it protects them. It keeps your body in an anabolic state for hours. It reduces cortisol. It stabilizes insulin, and it sets the tone for the rest of the day. Compare that to juice, toast, or cereal. The difference is night and day. One weakens you, the other builds you, and you don't need to be perfect, just consistent. Drink this every morning for 7 days, and you'll feel it. More energy before noon, less soreness after walks, stronger legs on the stairs. That's not hype, that's biology responding to the right inputs. This is why some seniors stay active and independent well into their 80s. They understand how to eat and train for recovery, not just survival. You don't need a new workout. You don't need more pills. You need to fix the signal. And that signal starts with your first meal. But we're not done, because while the shake is powerful, it works even better when combined with a specific 3-minute movement protocol that primes your muscles, boosts circulation, and improves nutrient uptake, especially in the lower body. In the next block, I'll walk you through that exact protocol. No gym, no equipment, just your body, 3 minutes, and a plan that makes every ounce of that shake work harder for you. You've had your shake. Your body is primed. But there's one more thing you need to do, and it only takes 3 minutes, because protein alone isn't enough. You need to send a second signal to your muscles, a mechanical one. Movement is what tells your body, hey, these muscles are being used. Keep them, repair them, grow them. Without that signal, even the best shake in the world is underutilized. But here's the mistake most seniors make. They think exercise has to be long, hard, or painful. It doesn't. In fact, the most powerful movement protocol for muscle retention after 60 is low impact, time efficient, and targets the exact muscles that protect your balance and mobility. So here's what you do. Starting tomorrow morning, right after your shake. Exercise. 1. Wall chair. Hold. 30 seconds. Stand with your back against a wall. Slide down until your thighs are parallel to the ground, or as close as you can get. Hold. Don't move. This activates your quadriceps, the large muscles in your thighs, and forces your stabilizers to engage. It's isometric, meaning no movement, but your muscles are working hard to resist gravity. Exercise 2. Sit to stand, 60 seconds. Find a sturdy chair, sit down, then stand up. Repeat at a controlled pace for 1 full minute. This mimics the movement you use every day, getting out of bed, off the toilet, out of a car. It's functional strength training, it builds coordination, and it tests your balance under light fatigue. Exercise 3. Standing calf raise. 30 seconds, stand tall. Raise your heels slowly until you're on your toes. Hold for 1 second. Lower slowly. Repeat. Your calves are essential for walking stability and stair climbing. Weak calves. Higher fall risk. This movement also improves blood flow to your lower legs, key for nutrient delivery. Exercise 4. March in place with arm swings, 60 seconds. Now get your blood moving. March in place. Raise your knees. Swing your arms. Breathe. This gets your heart rate up slightly, boosts circulation, and helps shuttle the nutrients from your shake to your muscles faster. That's it. 3 minutes. No weights, no machines, just your body, sending the right signals. And if you do this consistently, even 4 days a week, you'll notice changes. Better leg endurance on walks, less joint stiffness in the morning, more confidence getting out of chairs or cars, a sense of control over your own strength again. This protocol works because it combines nutrition and movement, the two most critical pillars of muscle health. And it's based on what the latest geriatric strength research confirms. Short, specific, consistent stimulus is more effective than long, random, inconsistent workouts. But we're not finished yet. Because even with the right drink and the right movement, there's one last piece seniors often miss. And it's the reason many fail to see results even when they're doing everything right. It's not about food or exercise. It's about when you rest and how you recover. In the next and final block, I'll explain why most seniors are sabotaging their recovery every night without realizing it, and how fixing this one overlooked habit can double the impact of everything you've learned today. You've done the work. You've fixed your morning drink. You've fueled your muscles. You've activated your body. But if your recovery system is broken, none of it sticks. And here's what most seniors don't realize. The final hours of your day matter just as much as the first. In fact, the way you sleep, and what happens right before bed, can either lock in your progress or erase it. It's called overnight catabolism. It happens when your body runs out of fuel in the middle of the night, turns to your muscle tissue, and starts breaking it down for energy. It's common, it's silent, and it's devastating to muscle recovery after 60. Here's how it works. Your body enters deep recovery mode while you sleep. That's when growth hormone peaks. That's when cellular repair happens. That's when muscles rebuild or shrink. But if you went to bed underfed, especially low on protein, your body doesn't have what it needs to rebuild tissue. So instead, it shifts to survival mode. It pulls amino acids from your muscle. It slows down protein synthesis. And it compromises all the progress you made during the day. That morning shake, undone. Those 3 minutes of movement, wasted. Your system was ready to recover, but lacked the resources to do it. Now here's the part almost no one talks about. Many seniors eat dinner too early, 5 or 6 p.m., then go to bed at 10 or 11. That's a long fast. No fuel, no nutrients, just hours of slow degradation. And if you wake up stiff, sore, or tired, even after doing everything right, this is probably why. So what's the fix? You need a recovery buffer, a final action that protects your muscle while you sleep. And it's incredibly simple. One small protein-based snack within an hour of bedtime. Not a meal, not sugar. Just 10-15 grams of slow-digesting protein. The best options? A scoop of casein protein in water, a small bowl of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese with cinnamon, even a boiled egg with avocado if you tolerate it well. These foods digest slowly. They drip-feed your body amino acids while you sleep. They block overnight catabolism. They support growth hormone function. And they enhance the recovery benefits of your morning routine. Add one of these to your night, and you'll wake up with more energy, less stiffness, and better strength retention. Do it consistently, and your muscle loss can stabilize or even reverse over time. Because at the end of the day, building strength after 60 isn't about lifting more weights or taking more supplements. It's about timing, strategy, and giving your body exactly what it needs, when it needs it. Now you have the full protocol. Fix your morning drink. Feed your muscles with purpose. Move with precision. Just 3 minutes. Protect your recovery window. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You don't need a gym or a personal trainer. You need clarity. And you have it now. If you've been struggling with balance, fatigue, or muscle loss, this isn't the end. It's the beginning of taking your strength back. Start tomorrow. Keep it simple. Be consistent. And watch what happens next.